Better make sure this is on for sure. We'll ring in 10 seconds. There we go. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Rob Walgate, Vice President of the American Policy Roundtable, and today's press conference is being hosted by the Vote No Casinos PAC. I guess we could say, you know, we're back. Here we are doing this again. But I just want to introduce the people that are up front. Many of you already know, but just for formalities, I will do that. And I know Dave is going to give a brief statement, and then we'll be happy to hit on any questions. And we also provided, I think everyone received just a small statement. It's kind of a take-home piece that you'll be able to take with you. Obviously, Dave Zanotti, President of the Roundtable. Are we good on chairs? Are we good on the number?
Well, I think we're going to be in about 1 minute.
Okay.
Careful, careful.
Here, now I'm not going to early one.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Dave Zanotti is President of the American Policy Roundtable and also a co-chair of Vote No Casinos. Melanie Elsie, Roundtable National Legislative Director, and Representative, I almost slipped, I almost said Senator, Representative Ron Armstead, who also sits on conference committee, and I'm sure that will be discussed in today's conversation. So, Dave?
Thanks, Ron. Thank you all for sprinting in between these three events. Is there still one scheduled at 3 o'clock today? No, I guess not. All right, we heard it late yesterday. There was something happening at 3. You have with you a statement today. Actually, it's a, sorry, that was you. You have remarks to take away. I know sometimes that we get talking and you all get frustrated because I just stay ahead of your pen a little, so I wanted you to have this takeaway with you. The debate today is about the rule of law. You can be in favor of gambling in Ohio. You can be in favor of gambling, period, and still be against what's going on in Ohio if, in fact, you care about the rule of law. You can't get the right place walking in the wrong direction. That was something that I said to Brian Hicks when he was the Chief of Staff for Governor Taft. When he called me one morning several years ago to inform me, I remember I was in my car, I was sitting at the intersection of Brook Park Road and Interstate 480 in Cleveland, when he said, we're going to go to Mega Millions, and I just wanted to give you a heads up, at which point I said, what's your legal authority? And he basically said, well, we decided we have it. And I said, the day will come before you can believe it that you'll be looking at the state lottery trying to open casinos in Ohio. Once you cross that threshold, this is where you're going to end up. I never would have believed it would have taken so little time to get there as where we've come now, through Mega Millions to Keno to now, in essence, basically revisiting the 2006 election with racinos in 7 tracks across the state. So this is about the rule of law, and that's really what we want to talk about today, is how in the world can a governor interpret the Constitution to mean what he says it means about VLTs when in 1973 no such machines existed. There was no such thing as a VLT. How could the voters have proved that in 1973? We know that's not what they meant. We know that's not what they meant when they amended the lottery to go and expand the question about where the funding is permitted to go and lock it down into the general revenue fund. We know that the people have spoken. We also know they've spoken 4 times regarding bringing slots or casinos and or both into the state. So what happens to the Constitution, what happens to 4 elections? Now, you all will remember that a few years ago, when Bob Taft stood convicted of 4 misdemeanor counts regarding giving gifts or not reporting gifts and golf events, that we launched a little thing called MoveOnTaft.org. And the people of Ohio responded to what they saw and basically threw Bob Taft's party out of office in the following election. We think there's a question about moral equivalency. If the people of Ohio would rise up and throw out the Republican Party because Bob Taft broke the law 4 times on a misdemeanor, What will the people of Ohio think if this governor overturns the results of 4 elections and trashes their constitution in the process? At the end of the day, it's about the rule of law. If the governor wants to have lottery casinos, then he should go to the Constitution and have the people of Ohio follow the process. He just can't invent it himself. That's our concern. We'll be happy